Today I'll talk about lettering in a journaling Bible. Typically, the pages of a Bible are much thinner than a standard copy paper. I use the last page of my Bible, which is blank, to sample all my pens so that I can determine which ones will bleed through and which ones just create shadows. I appreciate that each believer uses their Bible in a way that's meaningful to them. For me, my journaling Bible is a place with extra room for me to record practical applications and revelations that I find through the scriptures. I have less focus on the actual art and a little bit more on the lettering. After I've read through a passage a number of times, I'll mark out the verse that I'm going to be making notes for in the margin. I like to use the Pilot friction markers. I know that they're not the first choice for many Bible journalers, but for me they work. They don't have a heavy bleed through, just a little bit of shadowing, and they allow me to do some creative lettering with lots of color. My other staple pens are the Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liners. I use those for my inductive symbol marking within the text and also for notes in the margin. The thing that I need to keep in mind with these pens is that I can't go over the same letter twice because it will cause bleed through. I then like to use the friction pens again to add doodles or borders to the notes. Using these pens allows me to add color to my notes without fear of much bleed through. The friction pens will create shadowing on the back, but aren't bleeding through the fibers. For pieces that I'm going to be doing a little bit more artwork, there are 3 techniques I like to use: either colored pencil, the Tombow Artist Brush Twins with the blender pen, or watercolor crayons. I don't prep my pages for this because I'm going to be using very minimal water on the surface. I'm using the Fudenosuke Brush Twin in order to do my main lettering. Although this is a water-based pen, I find that if I do the lettering first and allow it good time to dry, going over lightly with watercoloring doesn't affect it. This is a set of watercolor crayons that I've had for about 8 or 9 years. I'm going to link below to a comparable set on Amazon. I'm using a Kuretake water brush in order to moisten the watercolor crayons to transfer some of the color onto this brush. I'm not squeezing the barrel because I don't want a lot of water on this page. I can layer a couple of colors with just a couple passes without worrying about bleeding through. I'm adding a bracket in the same color just to mark out which verses I'm making notes for. I add the rest of my notes with the fine liner pen. If you'd like more information about this or other posts in this series, visit creatively.com/loveyourlettering too.